County Sheriff's Office. Good afternoon.
Yes, may I speak with Detective Terry?
Surely.
Detective Terry, Vance County Sheriff Office. I'm unavailable right now. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I sure will return your call. Thank you.
You may start your message now.
All right, peace and blessings, ladies and gentlemen. All praises to the Most High. What you just heard is the first part of my attempt to speak with the Vance County Sheriff's Office in regards to the ongoing case of Javion Magee. Now, this is the first of 3 calls that I'm going to play you. And the first one was with the sheriff office. The second one was with the North Carolina Medical Examiner's Office. And the third one was with the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigations. And you can tell by each one of these calls that there is definitely a veil of secrecy between all of these agencies regarding this case. Now, if you are not familiar with the case of Javion Magee, Javion Magee was the 21-year-old trucker from Illinois who was found September the 11th in Vance County, North Carolina, with a rope around his neck, and he was tied to a tree. And if you've been following this channel for the past 5 months, we have been doing extensive investigation along with a lot of other people about the exact happenings of his demise. The sheriff initially said that it was not a lynching. They ruled it as my brother self-unalived himself. You know, there was video of him at a Walmart buying a rope. There's testimony from other people that disputes the police narrative that they've been trying to push. Eyewitness testimony from 2 or 3 people saying that when he was found, he was badly beaten. There's been contradictory statements from the owner of TNR parking lot in which he was found. We've done some investigation into that background. The eyewitness whom he quote unquote gave $220 to before he just decided to end it all is a lone criminal. We've interviewed him. He pretty much said that the police put him up to saying it. There's so many inconsistencies about the detectives. There's a picture that we've shown, and you can go back and watch all these videos. I don't really feel like if you've been watching this channel, then everybody know how much time and effort that we have put into the Javion Magee case. And I decided to check back with them because it's been very quiet. Tomorrow would make 5 months that the young man was found. And once again, much love and respect and prayers and peace and comfort goes out to the family of Javion Magee, all of his loved ones who watched the show, who accepted me when I went to Illinois for the funeral. But these 3 calls that you're going to hear, I made all these calls shortly before making this video because I really want to know what's going on. And you can tell. Now, that man that you just heard was Detective Torrance Terry. Now, Torrance Terry is reported to be one of the men in the picture the night before Javion was found, in which Javion is reported to be already beaten in a bad state the night before he was found in the presence of what is reported to be law enforcement, allegedly. And so Torrance Terry is one of the people who alleged to went to the Shell station to get the video footage from the station before, or soon after he was found. So we did some investigation on him as well. And so There's a lot of moving and missing parts to this investigation, and it's obvious that these individuals, these entities, are trying to remain quiet about the situation. Now, I called the Vance County Sheriff Department, and I asked to speak to Detective Terry because I haven't spoken to him yet. I've spoken to a few of them. He wasn't there, so then I called back and asked, let me speak to someone in charge of the Javion Magee investigation. And just listen to the way that lady's voice changed. Just listen to the way she changed. I wish I was recording at the beginning. I think I was. Hold on.
Yes, County Sheriff's Office, good afternoon.
Yes, may I speak with Detective Terry?
Surely.
All right, did you see that? That sure. That was very happy, right? Now watch when we fast forward, when I call back and ask to speak to someone specifically in charge of that Javion Magee investigation.
Lance County Sheriff's Office, good afternoon.
Yeah, Detective Terry wasn't available. Can I speak with someone who's in charge of the Javion Magee investigation?
Sure, hold on.
Did you see how the tone changed? Sure, hold on. The first one was sure. And when she heard Javion Magee, she was like, sure, hold on. Got very quiet. Watch who she transferred me to.
This is Sheriff Curtis Brame. Currently, I'm not in the office at this time. Please leave a message after the beep.
You may start your message now.
Yeah, Sheriff Brame, this is Richard Taylor. I was just calling to see if there has been any updates concerning the Javion Magee case. If you could, please give me a call back at 919-587-7782. Peace and blessings. All right. So that's the message I left Sheriff Brame. Now, Sheriff Brame is the bungling, stumbling sheriff who contends that, nothing out of the ordinary happened to our young brother. You can go back and listen to his interviews, but he has been much maligned. People have said that he has faced threats. He has been beaten up on several occasions, all regarding this investigation, allegedly, right? But my question is, when I ask who's in charge of the investigation, the sheriff is not in charge of that investigation. So my question is, why did she transfer me to him? Evidently they must, have it set up where anybody who calls regarding Javion Magee must be transferred to him. But it doesn't stop there. Now, mind you, I left a message. I pretty much doubt if he called me back. You remember one time we talked and he hung up the phone. So, but at least they know that we haven't forgot about our dear brother, Javion Magee, and I might start calling every day. But now, let's go to the medical examiner's office. Now, remember last time I called the medical examiner's office, the lady asked me a bunch of questions. She told me to hold on, and she was started taking notes and names and getting my stuff. And like she was, writing all the information down. Now, why would you have to do that? And you'll see her ask similar questions if autopsy information is public information. Like once this is completed, I will be able to go online and request an autopsy of our dear brother. But watch how this lady, once again, acts very secretive, acts very hesitant to even discuss the Javion Magee autopsy. And this is the North Carolina State Medical Examiner's Office.
calling the office of the chief medical examiner. How could I help you?
Yes. Can I speak with someone who's in charge of the Javion Magee autopsy?
Let me take a look here. You said Javion was the first name?
Yeah, JAVION Magee.
Yes, sir. And your name?
My name is Richard Taylor.
And your relation?
Cousin.
Do you see the long hesitation? And your name and your relation. Now that's either she's filling me out or she's writing all of this down. Very long hesitation, right? She's definitely writing something down or taking notes. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
Okay, it looks like.
Do you see? Okay, well, maybe she was looking for something, but here she's going to give an explanation.
Currently, they are working on the documentation for this case at this time.
Okay, so is it still ongoing, or they're just working on putting it together?
They're just working on writing up all that documentation and findings.
Okay, so it's not complete yet, basically.
Correct.
All right, thank you so much.
Of course.
All right.
Now, she says that they are just writing everything up. You know, they're working on the documentation. Now, if you remember, you can go back and look at or listen to the last medical examiner's call. And the guy said, well, we've already done everything on our part. We're just waiting for the sheriff incident report or whatever the case may be. And so until they can write it up. So evidently they have everything they need. The autopsy is complete and they're just writing everything up. Now that's very noteworthy because once again, when you write things up, you can frame the narrative. You can write it how you want it to be written. Now, mind you, it's been 5 months. You know, and they pushed the narrative on us that our young dear brother did this himself. But it's going to be hard to dispute, you know, the facts, especially with the autopsy. They have to go off everything. You know, they have to write abrasions down. They have to write swelling. They have to write busted lips. They have to write any injuries that are listed to the decedent. You know, they have to put all that in there. So I am anxious to see what their analysis is. Now, the last call that I made was to the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation. Remember, at the beginning, you know, the sheriff said, you know, the SBI is involved. Now, you can discern from this lady's conversation, once again, being very secretive, very deflective, very inquisitive on my part of who I am. Like, this is a public investigation. You know, like I'm his brother, and I am his brother. You know, that's my little brother. You know, so just listen to this call and you guys tell me what you think.
Who's in charge of the Javion Magee investigation down there in Vance County?
Okay, let me read the Capital District for you, and when the lady says hello, punch 1.
All right.
Now she said, let me ring the Capital District for you. When the lady says hello, press 1. So I know there's separate districts. So I guess we or Vance County is in the Capital District. So let's see what this lady says when I talk to her.
Hello, you've reached the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation. Wait while I transfer your call.
Hello? Yeah, I can't hardly hear you. You sound like you kind of underwater.
Okay.
Hello?
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfect. How you doing today?
I'm good.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I was calling to speak with someone. The lady transferred me to this extension about the Javion Magee investigation down there in Vance County.
Okay. Did you reach out to someone at the Vance County Sheriff's Office?
Yeah, of course they referred.
Did you hear her start stuttering? Now, mind you, she's going to tell me she's not an investigator, right? But she says, okay. Did you reach out to somebody at the Vance County Sheriff Office? Once again, she sounds very defensive about this case, if you ask me.
Me here.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Richard Taylor.
I'll say it again, you broke up.
Richard, Richard.
Uh-huh.
Taylor, Taylor.
Okay, what's your phone number?
919-587-7782.
Okay, and what's your call regarding?
See, once again, she's asking a lot of questions. I want to speak to someone who's in charge with the investigation. My name, my number, what's my relation, what's my call about? I told you that from the get-go. I want to speak to somebody who's involved with the investigation.
I mean, you're calling about a case, but what do you...
Yeah, the investigation. I'm just asking.
What specifically, and why? She's going to say, well, I'm not an investigator. So why are you asking me all these questions? You actually are an investigator because you feel the need to investigate me.
If there's, been any progress since the last time, that we heard that the SBI was involved.
She'll get quiet. Now she's trying to think of another deflective tactic, to keep me from asking questions, I guess.
And you asked the sheriff's office and they wouldn't answer that question?
Yeah, they keep saying that, they've been very quiet about the investigation, to our family, since the beginning. So, so we're just looking for answers elsewhere.
Now she's real quiet. Once again, I don't know if she's writing stuff down or what. Long pauses, long silences. What are you waiting for?
And you are in relation to this case?
Now she's asking me who I am. So at this point, because I'm like, okay, you stalling. So I just say I'm his brother. Then I go on to my question. Now watch how she answers this.
Brother, is there any specific agent that is assigned to this case?
Long pause. Like anytime somebody pauses, they are trying to think. It's too many pauses in all of these calls. Like if you ask me something and I'm telling the truth, I'm rattling it off. You know what I'm saying? Well, now I say, well, what it is, an agent such and such. She can't come on. Listen to her.
I don't have
a lot of stuttering.
To this case?
I don't have, I can't really answer any questions. I'm just going to give you.
What do you mean you can't answer any questions? I just said, is there a specific agent assigned to the question? See, this raises red flags about this whole investigation to me.
Information to the on-call supervisor.
Okay.
And let them figure out who needs to talk to you, okay?
All right. Okay. And the on-call supervisor, is he able to talk? Like, is there a special extension where I can reach him directly?
No, the call comes to our main number, which comes to me.
Okay.
So I'll send a message to them right now, okay?
All right. Thank you so much. What's your name?
I don't give out my name. I'm not an investigator.
Yeah, I mean, just so I
can't tell. You just did a whole investigation on me.
can have a point of reference.
Well, I'm the only admin in the district, so they'll know who you're talking about.
All right. Thank you so much.
So that is the pick and pull and prod that I had just trying to get general information. How's the investigation going? Is there any progress? This lady asked me 1,000 questions. Tell me she can't tell me. She can't answer no question. I really can't say nothing. I just asked you, is there a specific investigator on this case? And so all three of the calls that you heard, from me, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. You see the number, 919-587-7782. This investigation, once again, has taken literally the world by storm. Like I've gotten calls from Australia, Canada, Trinidad, Greenland, I think even, about this case. So I just wanted to give people an update because, every time I turn around, people are asking me, what's going on with Javion? What's going on with Javion? And, I received some information, that I was under the impression that the FBI was involved. So I decided, okay, well, that's what we wanted. We wanted exposure and, attention from outside entities. So, but yet and still, we still want answers as the local community from the local authorities. And you hear the lady say, well, you didn't check with the sheriff department? Nah, because they keep telling us, that you guys are handling everything, or the FBI or whoever. And so now it's going to be, more calls. And if you guys want to call the Vance County Sheriff Department, the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, the coroner's office, feel free to let them know that we haven't forgot about our dear brother. And we know from witness testimony and other evidence that, he did not commit to unalive himself. And so if y'all will please continue to call. And I certainly thank everyone who has expressed concern, not only about this case, but a lot of other cases that we have been followed. And so my heart goes out once again to the family. Love y'all. Peace and blessings to all the mothers, fathers, cousins, brothers, sisters, relatives, everyone. You guys are constantly in my thoughts and prayers. So we're going to keep my brother's name alive, just as for Javion, and hopefully soon, rather than later, everything is revealed so that we can get justice for my brother. Peace and love. Y'all have a blessed day.